Hi moms, it's Sandrine with Moms Thriving. So today I wanted to share with you first a story of what happened to me last week. So I had a meeting about an hour away from the town where I'm living, and I took the kids with me because my husband was out of town. I had so much fun. It was so much needed. It was some ladies from church, and I had a babysitter, so it was like a treat all in itself. Got to meet with ladies, and someone I had to got to watch the kids. Well, I had so much fun that I didn't leave until like late at night. And on the way back, I realized that my car was actually low on gas. So as we kept driving and kept driving, as I kept driving with the kids who were super tired, cranky, hungry, sleepy, and mommy became cranky as well. So as I began to, I continued to drive, I did not find one gas station. And so you could imagine just how nervous I became. You could imagine, Mom, it was actually like 11 o'clock at night, and I was frantic. I was nervous. I was just so fearful, thinking all these thoughts of, oh my gosh, what would happen to me if actually I was completely on empty? I don't know anyone in this town. I don't even know where I am. My husband is out of town. And so I just was so just over it. The kids were over it. And in that moment, God just began to speak with me. And so I want to share with you just the things that he taught me, and I'm still learning. The first thing he shared with me, he was saying, Sandrine, this is just exactly how you go about your day when you don't include me. Because I was just empty, so I was worried, I was afraid, I was tired, and it was just not a good scene. And God was saying to me that this is how it is when you don't have my grace. This is what happens when you are actually going and going and going without plugging yourself in to receive my grace. So I'm going to read to you this scripture in 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9. And it reads this way. He said, my grace is all you need. My power works best in your weakness. So God was saying, Sandrine, that throughout your day, so many times you just go until you're on empty. You give, you pour yourself out until you have nothing else to give, until you have no strength. And then you get out of the car and you push yourself, you start pushing yourself, completely on E, when you can come to me and I'll fill you up with my grace and with the ability to make your weakness strong, to make you strong. And so, Mom, I just wanted to share with you that God's grace is all we need. It is that extra cup of coffee that we drink that gives us that extra strength, that extra energy to keep going in the morning. God's grace, it is that gas in your tank, in my tank, that enables me to go into my journey. The next thing that I'm learning is gratitude. I'm learning to just have an attitude of gratitude. There's so many times and so many days where I'm not even able to wake up and pray, and I am awakened by the alarm called children, 4 of them. But in that second that I get, that first thing that I get in the morning, you know what? I just thank God. God, thank you that I'm awake. Thank you that I'm in my right mind. Thank you that my children are healthy. Because just when I say that, I verbalize that thankfulness in my heart, it changes my day. Many of us are saying, Sandrine, I have nothing to be thankful for. Maybe write down all the things that could go wrong. Write down all the things that are going good, not bad, not necessarily good, but that are okay. And then write down, the bad things, and compare and see if you have just one thing on that list. Begin to thank God for one thing. I'm thankful that this week my kids actually don't have runny noses. For about 3 weeks straight, they had runny noses. We did everything. I did oil, essential oils. I did, Zyrtec. I did, let's drink a lot. Let's, stay hydrated. And so for 3 weeks they were just snotty, and they went to summer camp. And I'm telling you, every time we picked them up, they just were crusty, with dry mucus. And so I am thankful that, we don't have that. And Mom, what is that thing that you can thank God? The next thing is guarding the mouth, and that is actually the hardest part, because the grace, it's I plug myself in. Thankfulness, I wake up, I find one thing to be thankful for, but keeping this mouth in check is the hardest thing. And God began to show me that, Sandrine, what you speak into your children's life is what will become. What you confess, what you profess, that is what will become. You see, God has a plan for us and for our children, and so does Satan. And when we speak God's reality, when we speak what God predestined for our children, those things will be, because we have the power to speak life or death. And I am just learning, and I don't want Satan to win. I don't want Satan's plan, but I want God's destiny to shine through my children. I want God's destiny to shine through my life, because there are days where I feel horrible. I feel like all I did was yell. All I did was say no. But I will not call those things about myself. I will not say those things about myself. I will speak those things that God said about me. And so, Mom, I just want to encourage you, which destiny are we going to speak? And I know it is hard. Once again, write down, let's say you have a 2-year-old, and you say, man, my 2-year-old is like, horrific, or terrible. And let's call it terrific, and begin to speak that, and find a scripture that you can constantly, every time you see the behavior that you don't like, find the opposite behavior. Find a scripture that's opposite of that, and call your child that. Find an opposite attribute and speak that about your situation, about your children, about everything. And so, Mom, I just want to share that with you, that we will choose life with our words, that we will be grateful, even in the littlest things, and we will see God do amazing things. And we will just plug ourselves into that gas called grace. We will get ourselves connected for God to feel us, because we are constantly emptying ourselves. Mom, we are constantly giving. We are constantly sharing ourselves, our space. And God is saying, come sit with me. I want to fill you with my grace. So, Mom, I hope this encouraged you. Until next time, keep thriving.